Whether it is infinite explosives, not being able to blow up a car, or vehicles that can just melt, I'm literally not lying to y'all when I tell you it is possible to break every car in GTA. Like here, we'll start with this journey, just a little $15,000 RV where 99% of the vehicle has no issues until you find this little panel where for some reason it has no collision no matter what you shoot or throw at it. Like, bro, you buy the car and it gets delivered to you broken, which unfortunately to literally no one's surprise is like an uncommon thing. For $375,000 you can get yourself a Vapid Guardian, where unlike every other car in GTA that, I don't know, has a functioning steering wheel, the Vapid Guardians just decides not to turn. Also, for $550,000, the trophy truck can be yours. And I literally can't even troll this vehicle. I don't hate the trophy truck. I actually kind of like it, but I also enjoy coming to this highway and driving through these yellow things, which the trophy truck is incapable of doing without spontaneously combusting. I mean, I guess with that one, there's a chance that I'm dumb and that's how a trophy truck would act in real life. But I don't know, dude. It feels pretty broken to me, but maybe not as broken as the $665,000 Coquette Classic. I mean, as y'all know, for pretty much every car in GTA, you're able to use your interaction menu to open the hood. And that is true for the Coquette Classic. You can use your interaction menu to open this, but there's just no animation. It just open, close, open, close, which is just really like fucking stupid. It doesn't seem that hard to fix. But anyway, then there's the $1.7 million Coquette D5, which, I mean, this one's actually kind of good because for some weird reason, ever since this vehicle got released, it's just had a bug where anybody that goes inside the car ends up just like chilling in God mode, unless you blow up the car. Then it's a completely different story. But I mean, you get the point. Buying cars straight from the website is somehow like super broken, and I just gave you all the start. I could probably keep going for like way too long. For example, I know if you buy the Bravado Buffalo, it comes with Vapid floor mats. I know the Sentinel is labeled as a 2-seater when it's just not. I know if you buy an Aqua Blazer, it's impossible to flip over. I mean, I could realistically keep going, but instead let's switch it up to when you buy a vehicle and it's not broken until you take it to Los Santos Customs. And I feel like the Yugo Bravado is probably a pretty good car to start with, because if you take this to the shop, you're able to put on an upgrade that removes all of the windows. And while this definitely makes the windows look like they're gone, if you shoot where they used to be, not only can you see the glass breaking, you can also hear it. The Zentorno also has a kind of similar bug where you can upgrade the exhaust to get this quad tip, which, you know, I'm not a car expert, but you would assume that means 4 tips shooting flames. Yeah, no. For some reason, only 3 of the 4 exhaust tips are actually, like, functional. Now, I guess I will say, just because the car has broken upgrades doesn't necessarily make it a bad thing. Like, for example, any car that you bring in Los Santos Customs, the color of the stock wheels can't be changed, except with the BF Weevil, where the stock rim color is just for some reason linked to the secondary color of the car. And then I guess the Pantos glitch is a little bit similar because, as you know, if you destroy a car and bring it to Los Santos Customs, they're gonna charge you a little bit to fix it up. Unless you destroy a Panto and bring that in which case it's just completely free for some reason. But you know, if that's not cool for whatever reason, you could try bringing a Phoenix into the shop and putting a glass roof on it, because if you know like literally anything about glass, you know it's not exactly hard to break unless you try to break the glass on the roof of the Phoenix, because I don't know what it's made out of, but it just doesn't break, even though every other window on the Phoenix breaks. I don't know, dude. The roof is just like full God mode. And all right, bro, I feel like after that one we probably have to wrap up all of the broken upgrades, mainly because I don't know anymore. But don't worry, that is not the end of the video, not even remotely close, because a lot of the cars in GTA can be broken in ways that are actually just hilarious. So I can pretty confidently say this next section will be the funniest. But first, I want to tell you all about Grand RP, which is a completely free-to-play GTA RP server that has everything normal GTA has and about 10 times more, maybe 20, a lot more. All of the cars in this server are just about identical to the real-life version. If you want to go ahead and get a job, I don't want to say the J word, but if you do want to go ahead and get a job, they're basically all just real life jobs. And the best part of all of this is it is completely free to play. Using the link in my description, you'll be able to register for an account, download the launcher, then just make your character, and you're in the world of Grand RP. Also, when you use my link, you'll get a bunch of free stuff when you log in. So, I mean, just go check it out. It's free. You'll like it, first of all. And if you don't, you have nothing to lose. It was free. And yeah, thank you Grand RP for sponsoring this video. But if you get yourself an Elegy and come to this location, you're able to find 2 guardrails, which if you gently insert yourself into, your car will start violently shaking. And this is a glitch that I've showed off in shorts before. You guys seem to love it, and I mean, how could you not? Look at how broken this is. And if you also have a Grotti Carbonizaire, the same glitch can be done by coming to this location where you can find a pole and a wall, which happens to be the perfect size for this car to wedge itself into, start violently shaking, and I mean, well, yeah, you get the point. And then, all right, now for these next 2, I guess they're not technically cars, but I could care less, or I couldn't care less. I'm gonna tell you about them anyway. If you use a Cargobob to pick up a Sea Shark and fly it over to this building, I don't actually remember what it's called, but if you drop it in the fountain right in front of that building, the Sea Shark isn't exactly a huge fan, because for whatever reason, it kind of just tweaks out. Then if you make your way over to the golf course, you're occasionally able to find these golf carts, which, you know, seem to have no issues until you try and climb on top of it, because for whatever reason, it still lets you enter the golf cart from up here, just in a significantly more broken way. But then, dude, next up, we have some launch glitches I want to talk about, which kind of just take vehicles and launch them away. A good example of this is with the Shitoro, because if you bring it to this specific location, you're able to find this little gate where if you run the bike into the corner of, it gets sent flying to another stratosphere. And by getting a Sanchez and coming to this location, I mean, you can literally do the exact same glitch, because there's some dumbass that doesn't know how to shut his garage door. But by us hopping on our Sanchez and running into that little opening, we unlock the ability of flight. But then, all right, bro, probably my favorite launch glitch is, it's by far the most random. It involves finding an NPC driving a Voltic, because for some reason that I could not explain to you, if you shoot the driver, shoot the back tire, then put your gun away and enter the car for literally 0 reason, it just sends you absolutely flying away. Beats me on that one, man. I don't know. However, I do know that the BMX bike has a glitch, because if you've ever went to order this thing, you've probably realized you can't pick a color and you just get this boring gray. However, before you click order, go and click this little home icon, go to travel and transport, legendary motorsport, and find the Z type, where here you're going to want to choose the color you want the BMX bike to be. Now click this little history icon, choose the recent pedal and metal, and from here you can actually go ahead and order the bike and pick your garage. And once you get told that it's delivered, it will actually be in the color you want. Again, super weird. I don't know, but it works. Even the Deluxo has a little sort of bug where if you hop in it, enter it into hover mode and hop out of it, then shoot a pistol in the air and quickly get back in your car, where you're going to want to enter it into hover mode again, then get out again, where you're going to want to use your interaction menu to turn off the car's engine. Yeah, I know there's a lot going on there, but if you do all of that, you get this cool little stance glitch, which to be honest, I don't really know if it's worth all the effort, but it does look pretty cool. Then we have the forklift, which is usually unable to pick up any sort of big vehicle, but bro, that's just usually. We can slide this thing under the most massive truck in the game, and if you lift the forks and leave the forklift at the same time, it's literally able to pick up anything. And all right, bro, this is taking forever. I could keep yapping about how if you get in the Night Shark and hold a grenade in your hand, it won't do any damage, because, you know, the inside of the Night Shark is bomb proof somehow, or how taxis can teleport you to the middle of the ocean. But nah, okay, bro, we're done going over cars one by one. Stop it with your comments though, bro. Okay, this does not mean the video is over. Instead, there's a lot of things that GTA cars have in common, which means if you're able to break one car, you can break like a lot of cars. The simplest example of this is most cars that can go into Los Santos Customs are able to get an option of a carbon fiber hood, and carbon fiber hoods are not cheap, bro. So it's pretty upsetting to see when you pop your hood, it's not actually carbon fiber, it is literally just a wrap. And now, yeah, no, not every single car is like this. A lot are, and this dude faded you. And you're not going to be happy when I tell you it doesn't stop there, because if you've ever brought this dude an armored car to be upgraded, you're able to pay a little bit extra to get these like super heavily armored windows, which make it so there's only a tiny piece of glass and the rest is our bulletproof, except, well, it's just not bulletproof. If you actually shoot this armor, the player inside still dies, with the only exception being on the front windshield where the armor seems to actually be armor. And then when it comes to bikes, I've just showed you how you can make any BMX bike the color you want it to be, but there's actually a way to break all of them. Literally get on any bike that you feel like and move forward a little bit, then instantly start backing up and press your handbrake, where for like no reason your character just starts tweaking out. I don't know if bro is just like itching to ride his bike or he took some substance, but either way, bro, let's just move on how you can break pretty much any big vehicle. By coming to this location, you're able to find this awning that if a tall enough vehicle gets driven into, it bugs out quite a bit. And there are so many different trucks and utility vehicles this works with, it's actually insane. But maybe not as insane as bringing a vehicle to this location, because here you'll be able to find this house where, you know, everything seems normal, but it is obviously not. Literally any car on this property makes it so you are unable to enter the vehicle from the passenger side, and your character has to do this awkward walk around. I mean, bro, you can be right up against the passenger door, but the second you press the button to enter the car, your character just refuses. And probably the weirdest part is you have to be kind of a decently far distance away from the property before this goes back to normal. And then another thing that I guess it's not really similar, well, okay, actually it's not similar at all, but if you drive any vehicle into some sort of water and get the message saying that it's pretty much officially cooked, you can up and atomize it out of the water, where sadly no, you'll never be able to drive it again, but you can shoot explosives at it and it will never blow up. I mean, bro, you can cover this thing in sticky bombs, which when you ignite, yeah, it doesn't look too good for the car, but once it lands, you'll pretty quickly realize it's in the exact same condition. I don't know, super useless, but I guess it's interesting. We also have a couple of glitches that only work inside of story mode, with probably my favorite one being NPCs can just drive any car. If you hop in a car with Franklin and pull up to Michael's house and park under this little garage thing, then switch over to Michael, where you're gonna want to start up some yoga, but pretty much just immediately quit out of it. Then finally switch back to a different character, and you should spawn in driving the car that you parked at Michael's. But if you actually drive back to where we left that car originally, an NPC can just be found driving it like it's no big deal. But yeah, boys, I think that's everything I know. That's how you can break pretty much every car in GTA 5. If you learned anything, then subscribe, please. I really want to hit 1 million subs this year, even though that's probably not gonna happen.